Welcome again to Utterly Geek. For those of you watching live, let's address this right now. I am faceless.
Well,
Faceless
you're
Darren
not
Bell.
faceless. It's just you're not moving, and Steve is slightly
Great.
off to the side a little bit.
Technical issues,
Yeah.
troubleshooting. I finally got Grand Theft Auto 5 to work, but as a result of that, I had to unplug all of my USB shit, and now my computer doesn't know what to do.
Uh,
It's actually blue screened on me a couple of times since. So let's see if we make it through.
Oh shit.
oh
So
God.
this
Oh,
should
no.
be interesting.
Right. Well, luckily we got a couple buttons that we can put everything on hold in case that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Things may or may not happen.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome again to another week.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff is happening.
Stuff is happening.
Stuff is happening. News is happening. Announcements are happening.
So what have you been up to, Darren?
Games are XCOM.
It's just just that.
Still just XCOM.
Mm.
I'm to the point where I'm basically one-shotting nearly everything.
Mm-hmm.
And the challenge has kind of gone until they surprise flank me.
Yeah.
But it's giving me time to level up other characters. So you two never finished the first, Enemy Unknown, did you?
Mm-mm.
No.
I didn't.
Did you ever get up to the point where you had psi operatives?
No, but I know you've mentioned this in like the last two podcasts in a row.
Well, no, I finally have one.
Okay.
And they work completely differently. So you know how in all of the other XCOMs, you get promotions in the field?
Yes.
And then you get to choose one of a different upgrade trees and things like that, and that's how your soldiers get better.
Right.
In this one, psi operatives just train in the shadow chamber. No, it's not the shadow chamber. It's a psyop center or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But they just continually train. They don't level up out in the field. They just sit in their little hole and they train outside of battle.
Okay.
So they can end up with a shit ton of abilities. You don't ever have to choose one or the other. You choose between 3 at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So I have my psi operative is Starbuck from Battlestar Galactica,
Right.
and she's got so many goddamn abilities. It's really great.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think I'm near done, but I'm not sure. I feel like narratively I am, but I don't feel like time-wise I am. I'm a little over 30 hours in. So I don't know. That game's real good. And it's devoured my entire soul. So
Nice.
that's really all I've been up to. That, and I've watched a whole bunch of Rick and Morty.
Nice.
About a little over half of the way through season 1. So yeah, nothing else really.
Cool.
What about you guys?
I'm still in the deep pockets of Fallout still, playing my second character. She's now resistant to all chems completely. So now I just pump myself full of psycho buff every time it wears down. Not quite to the point where, like you suggested, Darren, to get the party girl perk. I'm not quite there yet. I have to build my charisma, and my charisma since last week was at 3. Now it's at 4, and I have to get to like level 6 to get to it. So I got a long ways to get there. But what's funny is that I'm actually finding more missions in my second playthrough than I am in my first. Like a lot more side quests. And I wonder if that's just because I'm spending more time in certain cities or certain areas like Bunker Hill and actually talking to people more to like get those side quests instead of just mostly kind of doing whatever I'm assigned and then kind of go do it because I know I would get like 5 or 6. Now I have like almost a fucking dozen at a time now.
So my question is, on your main, are you fast traveling a lot?
Yeah.
Are
And
you not on your second one?
I am and I'm not. I am when I want to finish the missions, or at least when I just want to get right to where I need to go. But yeah, it was kind of like once I, at least with my first character, once I found certain locations, I wouldn't really. I mean, I would kind of explore, but it wouldn't be to the point where, say, like Bunker Hill, I wouldn't really go outside like the outer walls on the inside of Bunker Hill to like talk to people and find out what their issues are and then get the side quests. Like I would just go right into the dead center of Bunker Hill, talk to whoever I needed to talk to and be like, okay, cool, bye, and then like leave. And then fast travel to wherever. So, I mean, not to say that I didn't explore with my first character, because there's tons of fucking buildings that I would go into and go fucking explore, but I don't know. There's something about it where I think I'm spending more time on the large clusters of landmarks that I'm discovering now in my second playthrough than my first. So I'm starting to find like way more awesome side quests that are pretty awesome. But yeah, I might eventually go back with my first player. Again, I pretty much play my first player if I want to play a more relaxing game, because he's just so fucking powerful at this point that if I go anywhere like north of Boston, I can pretty much one-shot just about anything and everything. And my first player is more pretty much just building that empire of having all the fucking caravans going to each settlement. So that's pretty much like what he's for.
Right. And with those games, you're doing yourself a disservice if you only try to mainline the story.
Yeah.
Like that's the meat of any Bethesda game isn't the main stories. The main stories are always kind of crap. It's
Yeah.
those interesting side things that you stumble upon.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm
That's
definitely coming across that more with the second playthrough, and yeah, it kind of sucks, like, because with Skyrim, when I was playing that, man, I was fucking exploring so much, and I never even made a second character because I explored so much with my first character. And I would say I probably do the equal amount of fast traveling and exploring between Fallout and Skyrim, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's somehow a lot different than my first playthrough. And I thought I'm doing just about the same thing, but apparently not.
No, you're not. You're approaching it completely differently.
Yeah.
You're coming in with a different mindset. You're actually role-playing your second game. You had this character in mind.
Right.
Rather than just, I'm just going to play this game, and you're playing it with the mindset of, I just want to play the game, versus, I want to be this fucked up character.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Like,
totally.
that's how you have fun in those games, is that you do inhabit someone else.
Yeah.
At least that's how I've always had more fun with it. I did a similar character build to you in Fallout 3 as my second playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
She was evil, alcoholic, sledgehammer wielding. Like
Nice.
she had no health,
Mm.
but as long as she could sneak up and smash someone with a hammer, she would kill every motherfucker there.
Yeah. Yeah, my
that's-
sneaking's not so good.
Yeah, no, that was the thing. Her sneak was never good, but she tried.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where I have fun in those games too.
Yeah. So that's mostly what I've been playing. I think I'm like up to 80 hours of that game, actually, which is
A lot more than me.
yeah. So yeah, I've mostly been playing that, and then I recently watched or rewatched, I should say, Spaced, mostly
Oh,
because
nice.
Classic.
my girlfriend had never heard or seen of Space, and I was like, "Have you seen Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz and at World's End?" She said, "Yeah," and I said, "You're gonna fucking love this show then." And it was another case of one of those like it was over before. Like right when she was starting to get used to it, kind of things, and then suddenly was like, "Wait, it's over? That's it? That's all there is? God damn it! I want more!" And it's like, "Nope, they moved on to fucking bigger projects. Sorry."
Yep.
So, but man, I love that show so much. It's so good. More shows need to be like that.
Agreed.
So,
Steve, do you have to be invited to the party to talk about?
Yeah. Well, I was waiting. I didn't know if Wally was a 100%
Oh,
complete.
he's
Oh,
done.
oh, I'm very
Just
much
being
done.
nice.
That is it.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck that
Well,
guy. He's done.
Well, fuck you.
I restarted Grim Dawn because I was sick of my character, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna create a new character, Gregakis Gregorovich, and he is running around and just beating the hell out of things. And it's actually I restarted it because it's a good game, and to get the full, like, now since I figured it out as I was going along, I was like, okay, now I understand how I level up and how I do this. So I was like, okay, now I got to do this fucking right.
Yeah.
So it was like I needed to start over. But yeah, that game is, if you like ARPGs, it's fucking fantastic.
God damn it. That
Yeah.
means I'm gonna have to buy it.
It's a lot of clicky.
Yeah.
But a lot of fun clickies.
Yeah, that
And,
popped up in my queue, and I remember you talking about it last week, and I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, no.
Yeah, it's really good. And I'm starting to get into the where I'm getting way cooler items, and I'm getting super excited because I think the items are cooler than Diablo. So I'm just like, yes.
Ooh.
And they're a little bit more. I mean, you don't have the unidentified stuff. You just find random things, but they're just fucking super cool little items that look really neat. Although the graphics aren't anything special, but
Now,
right
did
now
you
I have some
play-
fire boots.
Did you play Divinity?
I haven't played Divinity, no.
Because I wanted you to do a comparison because I really like Divinity.
Yeah, I want to play Divinity, but I just haven't gotten around to it. I'd like to play it.
I really enjoy the new renaissance that we have of classic RPGs, and now that's bled over into ARPGs as
Yeah.
well.
Mhm.
It's,
Yeah, you get this in like Victor Vrom and stuff like that are kind of akin to old school ARPGs. And I mean, Grim Dawn looks pretty much like Diablo 2.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't do anything special with graphics, but what it does, it just does so fucking well.
Did
And
you
it's
ever
just-
find out about the teeth question or the spider question?
Oh.
No.
Damn it, Steve! These are very important questions.
You had 7 days, man, to fucking find out about that question to sell
So
us on it.
I forgot about it.
I'm looking at it on Steam. What's this screenshot of just constellations?
Constellations?
There's a whole bunch of constellations. One of the screenshots.
Oh, yeah, that's like
Is that the skill tree?
it's a certain yeah, that's like a skill tree. So you like put skill points into the constellations and you build the constellations.
Oh, so like Skyrim.
So you like Skyrim?
Yeah, kind of like Skyrim, yeah.
Gotcha.
Neat.
But
Yeah,
it's
so it has that. There's also another skill tree where you level up your certain your certain character class stuff, and then that's called devotion, which is, I think it just goes into anything, but you're gonna like, you can go with what your class would normally use, so you can follow that tree line. But
gotcha.
yeah, it's actually it's really well done. I mean, it's not the most original, but they took good parts of other ARPGs and other RPGs and used it, and I think they did it really well. So I like it. I've put probably this weekend, I probably put like 7 hours into it, which isn't too much, but it's a lot for me.
Well, that's a lot for a couple of days with
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a lot for me, especially. I don't
trying to fake being a responsible adult at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I don't know
And-
what that is. I have no
Yeah.
Besides
Right.
Rocket League, like that's the only other game I've really played. Rocket League.
Well, I
Just
know
to kill
that
some time.
we have all played Destiny. We're
Destiny,
finally into
yes.
the Taken King, which
Yeah.
Yeah.
so much more
Yeah.
impressive and
Mhm.
aggravating than the earlier base game. I know, simply because it is so much better from a narrative standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Sucks that they killed emo Jared Leto right out of the gate,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah, I was so excited for you guys to play that because I know that the entire time when we were doing everything else, I know that even Steve, where even when Steve couldn't join us to
Would you
play,
say even Steven?
even Steven,
Even
that
Steve.
that Darren was saying, well, no, we should wait for Steve so that way he could join us. And then Steve was like, I don't even give a shit about what's going on with the story. And
Yo.
so I was just like, oh, I know, because it's not good at all until Taken King. And then it's just like, oh shit, there's actual good
Yeah.
story here. And like, there are things going on.
Oh, I was still okay to experience it, if not only just to level up.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
now I completely understand why when you buy Taken King, they're like, hey, here's something to get you up to the minimum level in order to play Taken
Mhm.
King immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's pretty much night and day compared to vanilla Destiny. Like it's pretty much they get you right in with that great cutscene, kind
Mhm.
of Star Wars esque, and then throw a Diablo looking creature at you, and you're just like, oh, this is fucking cool.
Yeah.
and neon
Yeah.
fucking golf balls everywhere.
Yeah, neon golf balls flying
And an
and
actual villain that you can see and isn't
yeah.
just like some prophecy thing or whatever that they have no time to explain and why they have no time to explain.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's no sense of dread in any of Destiny, the base game.
Hmm.
But there is kind of in the Taken King with fucking Oryx coming after your ass.
Yeah.
Or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The father of whoever you were supposed to have killed in House of Wolves. Who gives a fuck?
Right.
But yeah, it makes me really hopeful for what's coming up with that franchise.
Yeah.
It finally feels like Bungie has made a Bungie game.
Yeah, and I think with something like with Taken King, it's kind of like how and they announced with their big update for Destiny later this year, and then Destiny 2 next year. It kind of makes me wonder if it's kind of like how Left 4 Dead was, where it was like Left 4 Dead 1 was like, okay, it's kind of cool. It gets a little repetitive or whatever. It's great for what it is. But then when Left 4 Dead 2 came out, it was much more polished and had an entirely new engine with the zombies getting like blown away in
Right.
chunks and shit, and like how they had a lot of developing story in the background that like you had to listen to the characters and things like that. So I wonder with Destiny 2, it's kind of like, shit, okay, well, now that we've kind of got the rush of Destiny 1 out, kind of had a little bit more time to kind of make a more polished game, and it's worth to have a sequel for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
certainly.
Yeah.
It'll be very interesting to see where that goes. And I think at least the way it feels is the same way, is exactly what you were saying.
Mhm.
So I feel like that's how it's going to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Because while I was playing Vanilla Destiny, I was like, if they make a fucking sequel, I will be very upset because this game sucks. And now after playing Taken, I mean, it didn't suck, but it just wasn't like
It didn't live up
sequel
to
worthy,
it.
you know? Like, yeah. And after playing just a little bit of the Taken King, you realize that okay, now they're starting to understand where they went wrong and what they need to do to make a better game. Because I think they had an idea for a good game with Destiny, but it just didn't come out the way they probably had hoped or what everybody else had hoped too. So I'm glad that it looks like they've figured it out and they understand, hey, a story is actually what drives a game. A story is what makes people want to come back and enjoy these other characters that have been sitting around saying stuff, but you don't really care about them. And now we get to see their face and hear more of Nathan Fillion and stuff like that and see these characters kind of play out a little bit more and flesh out. And now I understand the realm a little bit more because I didn't even give a fuck about it. So
Yeah. I think they just wanted to. They kind of were focusing more on the RPG than the first person shooter aspect of it. Like they wanted to try to.
I don't think we're ever going to know what exactly happened.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like one of those things where it's like Bungie already knew how to do first person shooters. So it's like they wanted to try to do something new, and then it, like, with the story fell flat because they just kind of had a baseline for it. This is just from my perspective anyway. Not necessarily saying this is exactly what happened, but
Yeah.
it just seemed like
Right.
they really focused to go really hard with it, with like the MMORPG kind of aspect, and really just tried to they put all their bets
It's
on
not
it.
even MMORPG.
Right.
It's just a loot-driven shooter.
Right.
Is all it's boiled down to. They took a. It feels like they took a look at, hey, look at what Borderlands did, but let's make that in our like sleek sci-fi future.
Yeah.
But you can see other people playing in the overworld.
Right.
That's really all Destiny boils down to, and through iteration, they finally have created a viable product.
Yeah.
So, Destiny is now a good game.
At least when you get to Taken King.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm actually kind of thinking about playing through single player at this point for a bit. But anyone else working on anything else? If not, we can head over to the news.
The news.
First up, StarCraft 2 Nova Covert Ops. The first standalone mission pack will be released March 29th. This is completely standalone. You don't have to own any of the previous StarCrafts,
Oh, wow.
from my understanding of it. And it will be a mission pack. Looking right now, they are currently running a sale for $15. You can pre-purchase. It is 3 episodes containing 3 missions each. It is expected to release before June 19th, 2016. All mission packs will be released before or on December 1st, 2016. The StarCraft 2 Starter Edition is required to play, which is free. And you just need a Battle.net account. So it looks like they haven't really revealed a lot of gameplay from it. But it looks like there's 9 new missions. You're customizing Nova as a unit. It looks like you're only controlling her. And you'll get a Ghost Unit skin for StarCraft 2 if you purchase the whole bundle to play with Nova in the multiplayer, I guess. It feels like this is a lot of the story that was going to be for StarCraft Ghost, if you remember back in the GameCube, Xbox, PS2 days.
Yep.
But presented differently.
But isn't it still in the isometric, like top-down kind of view, though? It's not the...
I don't know. I'm assuming, but I don't know.
Yeah.
They've shown what you can do with their in-game editor. Some people have actually made third-person shooters
Oh, yeah.
in the StarCraft 2 engine.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But it's cool. It's going to be something neat and different. Let's see here. Gears of War 4 beta beginning April 18th. If you've played Gears of War Ultimate Edition on Xbox One or Windows 10, you'll get tokens. You'll begin to receive tokens for early access to the beta. The early access beta will finish up April 24th. All gold members on Xbox One can join the beta until May 1st. So you'll just get a leap ahead if you've played Ultimate.
No.
If you want to play the Gears of War 4 beta. Gears is never a game that I got into the multiplayer on.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know for some people it was their jam. Didn't you get into it, Steve?
Yeah, I played it for a while.
I remember
I really
watching
liked
you
it.
play.
Yeah, I really liked it for a little bit, and then it just got stale.
That was a game for me that was a lot more fun to watch someone play than to actually play the multiplayer.
Well, it's because it went in rounds. Like, I forget how
Right.
many it was. Like 4. It was 4v4, and if you died, I mean, well, I think you could get.
No, I don't
Picked
think
back.
Originally, I don't think you could get back in. If you were bleeding out, they could pick you up.
Yeah, if you're bleeding out, they could pick you up. But if you got sawed or something, you were fucked.
Or stomped.
Or
Yeah.
stomped. Yeah.
And that was the thing with Gears, is that was the first, like, super brutal multiplayer, like, graphically.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Hey, Gears of War 4, it's coming. Get in on the beta if you want.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, let's see. A big part of my teenage years, and I know Stevens, I'm not so sure about you, Wally. Yahoo Games shutting down in early May.
Wow.
Yeah, Yahoo Games.
Wow.
All you needed was a Yahoo account. You could play pool. Yahoo Pool was amazing. Yahoo Chess. Graffiti was the one that we
Graffiti.
played and cheated like bastards on in high school.
Fucking graffiti.
It's all gone. Beginning of May.
Aw.
Web-based gaming, not really a thing anymore now that it's pushed off to cell phones.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sad. Sad news.
I mean, there'll always be Newgrounds.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not to say web-based gaming is completely dead,
Right. Just at least for Yahoo.
Yeah.
which is probably the only thing Yahoo had going for it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. New weekly update on your VR news. PlayStation VR is going to launch in October at a price point of $399.
Mm-hmm.
You are also going to need a PlayStation camera and the Move controllers.
Mm.
They have not said if you're going to need new Move controllers to work with the PS4.
Mm.
But I would imagine the PS3 ones could be made to work with it. I don't see why they wouldn't.
Holy
Yeah.
fuck. I actually have the PlayStation Eye and the two Move controllers because that's
You
all...
don't have the PS4 PlayStation Eye.
Ah, fuck. That's right.
You piece of shit.
Damn it.
But they did say that there will be another bundle that includes the camera and one that includes the camera and the Move controllers. But they haven't announced prices of that. You can pick up a PS4 camera on Amazon if you keep your eye out for about $50.
Yeah.
So you're looking at $449 for a VR experience, or like a $500 VR experience on your PS4. What is insane is that is the most affordable option,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
still more than a PS4.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, man, VR is expensive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the first round of actual commercial, like, release of VR headsets and things like that. That isn't a dev kit version. So I feel like this first round is just going to be obviously really expensive, but as the technology gets better, it'll, go down in price, or there'll be better versions that'll be a little bit more cost friendly, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, you got to give it one or two generations. I mean, people didn't start really latching onto the iPhone until Gen 2, Gen 3.
Yeah.
Gen 3 really is when they started to hit their stride.
Exactly.
So, we'll see.
Or hey
VR's
guys, Virtual Boy. How about that Virtual Boy?
Oh yeah.
I know someone who's got one.
Yeah.
They have
And their eyes fell out of their fucking head.
They
Yeah.
have Mario Tennis and Wario, the only two games that are worth anything on that
Yeah.
system.
Yeah,
Even though-
Pretty much, yeah.
I actually got to play that, and I got to play Mario Tennis, and after playing that shit for a little while, my fucking eyes felt like they were hurting so badly.
if you look at the history on the Virtual Boy, that is one of the most fascinating fucking train wrecks possible. Because the designer of it's the same guy who designed the Game Boy. And he was telling Nintendo before it came out, don't release this. It is not ready. This isn't going to do what we want it to do. And Nintendo was like, nope, we're going with it. He's like, no,
Jesus.
no, no,
God.
no. Then it came out, and we all know how that went.
That's a shame.
Yeah, it's a fascinating story. I've read numerous books about the history of Nintendo. What a fucking weird company, man. God. The Virtual Boy. I kind of want one just to have it on my shelf. I want one of those, and I want a Rob. Like, those are the two things that I want for Nintendo memorabilia.
Right.
I'm pissed because I used to have a Rob before I knew what the fuck it was. I got rid of it as a kid
Oh.
because I didn't have the NES anymore. I'm like, why do I want this thing? Meh. Like, it was a Rob. This shit goes for $200
And
now.
now you're hating your childhood self.
Numerous times. I had the chance to see Don McLean at the state fair, and I fucking didn't because I was a stupid kid. Didn't understand who he was. If I could go back to younger me, I would kill myself. What?
Paradox.
You fucking it? No. I'm gonna come back to that story because we're gonna unpack that one, and that's gonna be a long discussion.
Okay.
There was a sighting on. Let me see. Where did they list this? There's a listing for Bioshock the Collection. It
yes.
was rated on PC, PS4, Xbox One in Taiwan.
Okay.
It is unclear as to what the hell this collection would be. Whether or not it would just be all of the games compatible with current systems, or it would be an HD re-release.
Yeah.
Which, let's be honest, Bioshock Infinite doesn't really need it. I mean, it could do with a new buff, but that's about it.
Yeah.
But the original Bioshock would look gorgeous with a bigger FOV
Oh yeah.
and better textures. But even then, it's all so stylized.
Yeah.
But I'm all for that. Get those games into more people's hands. Because when you think about when did Bioshock originally come out?
2000.
I want to say
7?
5 or 6. Yeah. Although
August 21st, 2007.
Oh wow. Nice.
So that Bioshock is 9 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bioshock is 9 years old. Let's feel the inevitable march of death.
But the I do love the box art for that, for the
it's
complete edition.
Absolutely gorgeous.
I hope they stay with that. I hope they don't change that.
I would buy that as an art print.
Yeah. If they had that as a poster, that'd be fucking amazing.
Yeah, it is gorgeous. Great games. If you haven't played them,
Wait until that complete
wait
comes
for
out.
this, I guess.
Yeah.
I was gonna say go buy it, but no.
I mean, you can if you want, but I mean, if they already have in mind to do like a whole complete pack that may or may not have like a remastered or whatever edition, HD edition, then fucking wait.
Right. Oh, let's see here. So Kotaku was reporting on a rumor that,
As they normally do.
as they normally do, this is from Patrick Klepek, previous Giant Bomb member Patrick Klepek,
Okay.
who is normally pretty reliable on this kind of stuff. There's a rumor that Sony is working on a PlayStation 4.5, which would be an iteration on the PlayStation 4 architecture that would support 4K output, essentially.
Jesus.
It would include an upgraded GPU that would support high-end 4K resolution, add more processing power that can enhance games supported by PSVR. It's unclear if PS 4.5 is just a nickname,
Right.
but I don't think they'd want to do this. I mean, look at some of the backlash that Nintendo has gotten for the new 3DS XL.
Right.
I mean, once you split your player base like that, you're incentivizing developers. You're going to try to incentivize developers to make things exclusive for that so that consumers who buy it don't feel ripped off, but then you're alienating your existing consumer base.
Right.
Now, I'm one of those idiots who has bought a new 3DS XL. Simply
Used
because,
new 3DS XL.
yes, that story has been chronicled a few times on this show.
And it never gets old for me because it's always
God,
fantastic.
who's on first of the modern age? But it's just I don't think you'd want to do that with a home console. I think you can get a little bit more leniency in a handheld capacity.
Right.
But then again, you don't want
I think they're just doing it though because of the power of VR and how much power is needed
Well,
for
that
for
power is offset with an additional processing unit with the price when you buy the PSVR.
yeah.
But I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
If they tie that, if they like try to market that as, hey, this is the VR ready PlayStation 4.5, I
Right.
think they would. I think that's a better angle.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll sell it as some kind of bundle.
Well, there's rumors that Microsoft is doing the same thing. I mean, Phil Spencer has made a couple of comments about iterative hardware
Mm.
and like add-ons for the Xbox One.
Mm.
We are living in weird video game times, guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you remember the Sega Genesis Tower of Power with the
Oh God.
32X and CD? And it's happening again.
Yeah.
This has all happened before, and it will all happen again. Break the cycle.
Sonic and Knuckles and Knuckles and Knuckles and Knuckles
And Tails.
and Tails.
Oh God, I'm just terrified of this dystopian future of wait, do you have the 4.5, the 4.x? At that point, just buy a fucking PC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're emulating a PC. Ah. Let's see. In happier news, earlier today, Jackbox Games
Oh.
has announced Drawful 2 and the Jackbox Party Pack 3. They have not announced what is in the Jackbox Party Pack 3, but they have said there will not be a Drawful 2 XL. Jackbox Party Pack 3 is due out later this year. Drawful 2 is due out spring. So what people were afraid of, because last year they ended up doing Quiplash, and then you could buy that in the spring, but then it was bundled in Quiplash XL and Jackbox Party Pack 2, and people got really pissed. So they're like, yeah, we're not going to do that again with Drawful 2. Drawful 2 will be out, and that will be Drawful 2.
Okay.
Now, the big thing that they announced today with Drawful 2, you get 2 colors.
Oh
Not-
God.
Not just one color.
Oh God.
And they're being really weird and tight-lipped in the press conference. They're like, Drawful 2, you get 2 colors. More features to come. Like, it's Drawful. How many features do you need?
Yeah. Seriously.
2 colors, I think, is actually going a little bit overboard with that game.
Yeah. Oh
But-
God.
Yeah,
Okay.
more Drawful. There needs to be more Drawful in the world.
It is really fantastic. It's always been one of the highlight games that I've played when I've been doing the Jackbox Party Pack.
Yeah. Fibbage and Drawful for me.
Fibbage and Drawful, yeah, totally.
Those are the tops. Let's see. Game trailers. We remember the untimely decease of game trailers earlier this year, the untimely death just a few weeks ago.
Right.
The crew has reformed themselves a la Voltron into Easy Allies, a new website. They're going to be completely crowd-funded, and they're focusing on streaming content. So, good for them.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, they've got a fan base. They have the people who like them. I can see this working very well for them.
Yeah. And there's a number of people who have been pretty successful with just crowdfunding as well. I mean, look at
yeah.
fucking Jim Sterling.
look at Total Biscuit's crowdfunded, right?
Kinda. I mean, he's more through his Twitch stream of how many subscribers he's got through that, and then also
Twitch monetization and YouTube monetization.
Yes. Yeah, he
Okay.
doesn't. He has no need to do Patreon because he's got enough subscribers on both Twitch and YouTube. So
I don't back anyone on Patreon, and I kind of feel bad because a lot of the people I listen to are all on Patreon.
yeah,
Oh well, I'll keep consuming content for free. I don't feel bad about it.
right.
Oh, more evidence of our inexorable march toward death. The Game Boy Advance celebrated its 15th anniversary earlier this week.
Oh God.
Ooh.
15 years of the Game Boy Advance.
Wow.
I remember freaking out when they announced that because they're finally adding more buttons to the Game Boy.
My God, a left and right button.
Shoulder button.
Yeah.
What? Oh, let's see. Oh, hey. This is kind of big news that flew under a lot of people's radars. Do you remember paid mods? Guys, do you remember
Yeah.
paid mods?
Yes.
They're back.
Yes.
They're in Dota 2.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's a completely different method in how they're executing on them.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of paying straight up for mods and things, you can now buy passes to certain custom game modes in Dota 2 that are created by modders. And these passes might give you bonus abilities, bonus items, and things. It's a lot like paying for premium servers in TF2.
Mm-hmm.
Valve has stated that they will step in and they will ensure that nothing is ever you have to pay to play. Whether or not that means if you pay you get like god modes and shit versus getting, say, straight up access to it. They said that you will not be able to pay to, you will not ever have to pay to get access to a mode.
Okay.
But I don't know how they're going to police that.
Mm.
But for a game that hasn't really had any mods, I think, okay, give this a shot. People are already pissed about it again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And anytime you bring up that phrase paid mod, it's going to be a problem.
Right.
I refuse to believe that they're not smart enough to realize that that is a toxic term at this point.
Yeah.
But
I think it's one of those things where it's like you can only try so many times and test the waters and see how it reacts. I mean, obviously they're taking a little bit different of an approach this time, but it's still the fact that at its core of what it is, it's still leaving a
paid
sour taste in
mods.
everyone's mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially because one of the paid custom games has just been accused of having stolen content from Blizzard.
Oh
And they
God.
finally came out and admitted, yeah, we kind of lifted some game files, and so we're sorry. Like, oh man,
Yeah.
not a good look, man.
Yep.
Bad news coming in just a few hours ago, actually. Fifth Cell, creators of Scribblenauts, is shutting down.
Oh.
Yeah, let's say goodbye to Fifth Cell. I never played any of your games, but I know a lot of people are dedicated fans. And you made quirky, weird, interesting little titles, so...
I've got Scribblenauts too, but I've only put like a half an hour into it. I've really not put much time into it. I have it. I just haven't played much of it.
Yeah, it's just sad to see any company close down like this.
Mm.
Oh, Fifth Cell, we hardly knew ye. Actually, you pumped out a lot of fucking Scribblenauts games, so
Yeah.
we knew a lot of you. So now, I guess the main story this week that we're really going to get into it, Microsoft's cross-platform online policy.
Mm.
So this has been going back and forth this week. Microsoft came out and said, yes, we are in support of doing cross-platform play. Sony comes out and says, we've always been in favor of this. Big huggy bunch, and then all of a sudden Sony comes out and says, well, we might, cross-network play could be blocked by by, he didn't say our, but by policy and business issues.
Mm.
If you are the head of Sony Online Computer Entertainment, you are the one who is setting that policy and business issues. You are the one blocking cross-platform. So to then come out and lambast it, it's like, what the hell is wrong with you? What reality do you live in?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's also been, with the topic at hand, it's also Sony's been kind of, at least with what I've been reading of Sony's response, was just like, yeah, we kind of support it, but that's not our job, kind of thing. Because they're
Yeah.
like, so long as the devs are willing to do it, we're willing to do it, kind of thing. So it's not like they're willing to fucking chip in or help out with it. They're just like, yeah, sure, we're willing to do it, so long as the devs are gonna do it. But that's not our fucking job. So that was basically how I took it when I was reading
Yeah.
that article. So
Yeah, which gives me even more reason to respect developers that will take that time to do it. Psyonix has stepped
Yeah.
up and said that they are going to do it
yeah,
with Rocket League. That will only ensure that every time they come up with another $2 car, they get my $2. Whether
yeah.
or not I want that goddamn Batmobile or not,
Yeah,
I will buy it.
right.
So, okay, one last little piece of news. The Witcher 3 won the GDC Game of the Year award that officially makes it the most awarded video game ever. So, hooray for The Witcher 3 again. And that was all I really had for news. Did I miss anything, gents?
No, other than just a few exciting videos of Doom multiplayer that have me. They announced actually new game modes. That was in a
Really?
video that was out earlier today, actually. Um, there's like a Soul Harvest mode, which is like it's kind of like the dog tags mode in Call of Duty, where when you kill someone, they drop something, and you have to pick it up in order to score points. They have a freeze tag mode, which apparently was in Quake 3, I guess, what people were saying in the comment section, where it's basically you shoot them enough times or you do enough damage that they freeze, but other teammates can, or at least your teammates on your team can come up and unfreeze you, but if everyone is frozen on the team, then they lose.
Freeze tag.
Yeah. And then there is a moving King of the Hill, where it's like a certain area where, that spawns, and then people have to stay within that area. And then there's, of course, regular team deathmatch, and I'm sure free-for-all deathmatch, I'm sure is probably in there. It wasn't in the video, but I can only assume that if there is team deathmatch, it's probably regular deathmatch.
Well, yeah, that.
It kind of goes
Why
hand
is
in
that
hand.
even a question?
And there's one more mode, but I can't quite think of it. But those are the modes that were in the 50-second video that was released today that they showed. So,
Actually, I just thought of another piece of news.
oh yeah, another one that's like another mode that's similar to domination, like in Call of Duty, where it's like you get the 3 points and then you have to just fucking capture them.
Nice.
Yeah, so it seems like they're taking some things from a little bit of old and a little bit of new and making it all one big giant bundle.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. The more I see about that game, the more I kind of get excited for it.
Even with
Yeah.
multiplayer, like I wasn't really interested in multiplayer, but then the more that they're releasing of it, I'm just like, damn, this seems kind of fun, and I actually kind of want to play it. It just seems a more brutal version of Halo 5.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and I'm on board. Oh, yeah, piece of news I kind of forgot, and you forgot too, Wally. There's an ongoing battle between Jim fucking Sterlingson and Digital Homicide.
Oh, God, yes.
They're okay. So you got more evidence or more information on this than I
Yes.
do. So
Yes.
go for it. I don't want to fuck up the details.
Yeah, I mean, so basically, Digital Homicide is suing Jim fucking Sterlingson because of harassment for his criticism of their various shovelware games, and
To call them shovelware is giving them too much credence.
yeah, and so
Barely
basically,
functioning applications.
yeah, and so because of all the criticisms from Jim Sterling, and because it's been an ongoing joke because he's been reviewing each game that they release, not reviewing, criticizing, because he doesn't even dare give it a review, honestly. They eventually are going to do a lawsuit where they're going to sue him for $11 million.
Oh, I thought it
Jesus.
was 10.
It like roughly equates to like between 10 and 11 million. And the best part is that they need to crowdfund $11,000 in order to get a good lawyer in order to sue Jim Sterling. It currently stands at $175.
Oh wow.
Wait. Where can I go back them? I want to look at myself. Is it GoFundMe?
Yes, it is GoFundMe. It is a
Yeah.
GoFundMe.
Yeah.
But
It
yeah,
auto completes if you do GoFundMe Dig.
yeah. So,
Online defamation lawsuit.
yeah. So,
Oh no. They're at $200.
Jesus.
Raised by 8 people in 4 days.
Yeah.
Wow.
Someone donated $100.
A lot of people are speculating it's Jim himself because he wants to do it, which would be awesome.
Oh my god.
I think he kind of wants to do it only because that he had called him out, and he actually in his video where he did the Jimquisition on Digital Homicide, he called him out, was like, yeah, fucking come at me with suing. I don't give a shit. He's like, you'll be fucking, it won't even be a lawsuit. And they're trying to do it, so it's pretty funny.
So here's the thing. Now that this is actually happening,
Yeah.
he is being the most professional he can possibly
Oh,
fucking be.
yes.
This week's Jimquisition started off with him just saying, okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the Jim Sterling news everyone's been talking about this last week. Yes, I am doing a voice in Oddworld Soulstorm. It has been confirmed. Oddworld has been very important to me in my informative years, so I'm very excited for this opportunity. There is nothing else related to Jim Sterling in the news ever that you have seen over the past week.
And he just like gives this look at the camera like, you fucking know, but I'm not gonna say it.
And I fucking love it at the very end, and this is the most tactful, and this is why I give him the most respect. He's just like, okay, we all know the actual news. Thank you for your support. And that was it.
Yep.
That was it. That was
Yep.
all he would say.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, be classy, Jim fucking Sterling, son. Where's your dildo bat? Love that man.
Yeah.
Love that man. I hope he's at PAX.
Yeah.
Let's see here. That's it for the news. Emails.
I got a rumor.
Oh, you got a rumor.
Oh God, a rumor.
The rumor news.
That's
Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't know if you guys have
Oh
heard.
yes, I
It's
saw.
supposedly leaked that they're going to show it at E3, and they are making an HD version of Red Dead Redemption that's coming out at the end of the year.
so rather than so if they're gonna announce it at E3, that probably estimates a release next year, late next year.
They're saying that it's summer of 2017 is when it's supposed to come out.
So do I hedge my bets and do I play the copy that I have now? Do I wait for an HD remaster?
But I mean, that's just a rumor, and I read the article, and the speculation, I guess, it's pretty accurate from what it was leaked from somebody who worked
From the source, yeah.
from the source. Yeah,
Sure.
basically from the source, saying that that's what I've been working on for a very long fucking time.
Well,
so
I wouldn't doubt it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean-
I guess that's I mean, I'm excited if it is true because I fucking love Red Dead Redemption, and I'm excited to play another one. So
It's interesting that if it is true that it would be called Red Dead Redemption 2 and not Red Dead some other name, because there's
Yeah.
Red Dead Revolver, which was the first,
Red Dead
and then Red Dead
Revolver, yeah.
Redemption, which was the second, and now
Then also remember it was Demon Souls and then Dark Souls and then
Right.
Dark Souls 2. It was
Right.
also Soul Edge, then Soul Calibur, Soul
Right.
Calibur 2.
right. That's
So
true.
Wally, there is a precedent here. So my guess is, and this is me just being hypothetical, they probably released GTA 5 originally, and that core team immediately started working on Red Dead Redemption 2, while a bare bones crew then created the PC and the next gen version of GTA 5, which would explain the large amount of time it took to then get that updated version out.
Hmm.
For reference, GTA 5 came out September 17th, 2013.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that sounds very plausible.
Yeah, but
Okay.
that's it for that.
Rumors.
Yep.
Emails. utterlygeek@gmail.com. UTTERLYG33k at gmail.com. Send them there.
Yep.
We'll read them here. Then we'll answer them.
Then you can ask more for
Then
the
you can
phones
ask-
for the
but
next
there's
week.
no-
Keep them coming.
There's no
Yep.
questions. So if you guys will remember, there's no questions this week. If you guys will remember,
Oh, Christ.
3 weeks back,
God damn it.
I asked a question.
Uh,
If you could meld two of your favorite games to make the best game, what would they be? You've been given practically a month.
I never even thought about it.
yeah, I know. I
Totally
thought about it a
fucking
few
forgot.
times, and then that was about it.
Shitheads.
Well, I had thought about it, and then the one thing that I thought of was like, well, Superhot already came out, so that's like a thing. That's like a first-person puzzle game. That's
no,
pretty
take
sweet,
two
but-
existing franchises that are
Oh.
like your favorites and mix them together to make the best game that you can think of.
I can kind of see. I guess I would take it with considering what's with it coming out soon. I would say Super Metroid with Doom, and I only say Doom because I've just been super fucking excited for Doom, honestly. Do like a. Well, I mean, there's already Metroid Prime, but like
I was
maybe
gonna
a
say
more
you're making Metroid Prime,
right, but like maybe a more
but if you go side-scrolly, you're just making Abuse.
yeah.
Do you know Abuse?
No.
It's an old Bungie game. Look it up. It's awesome. It's a side-scrolling shooter that's fucking brutal as shit.
Okay.
You should look it up. You would probably really like Abuse.
So yeah, I guess that's my answer because those are the only
So Abuse or Metroid Prime.
which already exist. Yeah, which I fucking love Metroid Prime because I love that whole trilogy. So
You should play Abuse,
okay,
which is that same combination in the other direction.
fair enough.
Steven?
I don't really know. I
Well,
did
Chrono
have-
Trigger being your
Yeah.
your favorite
Well,
game of all time.
That's my favorite game, but
Yeah.
I was gonna say like I don't know about melding two games, but make like a game like Until Dawn that's like 8-bit. I don't know how you'd be able to do that.
No,
like I
you-
have like a thing in my mind. I don't know really how to explain it.
No,
but it just,
make like an 8-bit horror themed Chrono Trigger.
okay.
Like it's time
Or
travel
16-bit or whatever.
16-bit, yeah, but it's a horror themed time travel RPG.
There
that-
is a
Wait,
retro.
Did we just make a 16-bit Eternal Darkness? I think we made a 16-bit
Yeah.
Eternal Darkness.
yeah.
I'd
That
play the
looks
shit
really
out of
nice.
that.
There is
Oh,
there is
man.
a retro graphics horror game where the characters that you play as and can switch off at any time. If they do die, then they are dead for good for the rest
Oh,
of
the
the
Cabin
game.
Collection, the Lakeside Cabin Collection, right?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that game's super great because you can get naked and you can get stoned, and then your friend can accidentally murder you with a weather vane.
Yeah. Yeah.
That game is so good. It's so weird.
That's what I was thinking of. That's what I was thinking of. So Steve said that. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking like a more cinematic, like 16-bit game. I mean, but they've done that, so.
Mm.
But a more like, kind of like movie-driven, like 16-bit.
So
Yeah.
so similar how Minecraft, the Telltale game,
No.
kind of,
yeah,
but not that.
Yeah. No.
I mean, yeah, kind of, but not that.
Hmm.
Like I have a vision in my head, and it's just hard to explain, I guess.
Right.
'Cause it's a vision in my head.
Just plug it into the computer,
Yeah.
Steve, and then
Okay,
we'll know.
yeah.
Jesus.
I would want something like mix Mass Effect with Legend of Zelda to get a story-driven, choice-driven RPG, but set in like a medieval magic wielding
So Skyrim.
environment.
Skyrim.
No, not Skyrim at all, because Skyrim, your dialogue doesn't have any choice. But like, I kind of want the sci-fi elements to still be there.
But medieval times?
Yeah, I don't know how to like give me the play style of a Zelda game with the storyline in most setting of Mass Effect.
Okay.
A medieval sci-fi game would be fucking cool as shit.
That's
That'd
what
be
I mean.
super fucking original.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be a cool idea.
Look at Shadowrun. Shadowrun is that, and Shadowrun has so much potential.
Yeah.
It's I really enjoyed. I wouldn't say I put enough time in it to say that I actually played that game. I touched that game, but I did not play that game. Not enough. But that gives you like good tactical based combat in a sci-fi cyberpunk world where you can be a fucking hacking orc.
Yeah.
Is good.
You could do a game where like fucking aliens crash landed during medieval times and they like fucking donated weapons to some shit.
Oh, donate technology, yeah.
Donated technology. And now you're running around with alien weapons and swords.
Yeah,
You can steal armor.
that's kind of what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want. All right, that's our one and only question. Fuck you all. If you do have any questions, please,
Answered it a month later.
Yeah.
please feel free to
I
email
never
us.
thought about it.
It's utterlygeek@gmail.com. That's UTTERLYG33k at gmail.com. Anything else on the docket, gentlemen?
Nope, that's all.
No.
All right. I think we're going to stick a pin in this one. Thanks for listening.
Yep.
We'll see you next week.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Left my goddamn heater on.